who at that point was any artist that was even on that level of competition
Kid
with
Rock.
get the out of here, bro. When's the last time? When's the last time you even heard of a new Kid Rock song, bro?
All right. In our last interview, we spoke about the Super Bowl and Bad Bunny. Then the Super Bowl happened. What are your thoughts?
But I tell you, highest viewed halftime show in history, right?
Right.
I told you.
I thought it was Kid Rock's alternative Super Bowl show that was the highest viewed.
Oh, mwah, mwah. Yo, that shit was so corny, bro. I can't even believe that, bro. That shit was so corny, bro. That shit was corny, man. To even like contemplate how that was corny as hell, bro. I can't even, bro. You did a halftime show in another state where the Super Bowl wasn't even going. Like, bro, like, come on, bro. Come
What
on.
did you
Bro.
think of his comments about Jay-Z? He said that he's a DEI hire. And he also said the decisions that Jay made, like Kendrick and then doubling down with Bad Bunny, it was a middle finger to conservatives, to MAGA, and to his crowd and his fan base, basically.
Bro, Jay-Z's a businessman. It got nothing to do with politics. It was about business and numbers. Right now, at that moment, NFL was competing with the highest sport there is in the planet, which is soccer. So for them to get the numbers that soccer gets was an accomplishment.
Mm.
You got to look at it like the most viewed sport in the world, in the planet, is soccer. American football is American football. American. Bro, they became the most viewed sports event in YouTube history, I think, right?
I think so.
So you're going to tell me that that wasn't a business decision? It was a strategic to bring awareness of football across the world? Come on, bro. This is a business. It's a business. Like, who cares about if it was? I don't think it had nothing to do politically. I don't think it had nothing to do with that. It's about business. Every year he goes, he keeps showing them, I'm gonna get the numbers higher and higher and higher and higher, and that's what he's been doing, bro. I think it was strategic. And plus, let's keep it. Let's be honest. The second most spoken language in the U.S.
It's
is
Spanish.
Spanish. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? So I think it was a show of unity with the community. Like I said, I think, like I said, I'm not a big Bad Bunny fan, but I do respect what he's doing. I do respect everything that he did in Puerto Rico and what he did in the game. It was, to me, it was amazing for the Latin community. And not just that, is that you brought awareness of a sport across the world. Because, like I told you, people are gonna just tune in, even if it was just to look at Bad Bunny. But they had that game streaming,
Right.
so those numbers competed with any other sport that was at a world level. We talking about now at a world level. Come on, bro. I told you that was gonna happen, though. I told you.
Right.
You know
And
that, yo,
he
bro.
had a
I
positive
go out to eat with
message
my
though,
girl. Look, I
too.
go to eat with my girl, right? And we go to this little Colombian spot. And every time we go there, we'll go there maybe like once every 2 weeks or whatever. We always go there. And every time I go there, they have the halftime show playing over and over and over and over, because it made a lot of people feel so proud, bro. It's been a long time since Latinos have a thing to be like, feel proud to be Latin. You understand what I'm saying? So it brought a lot of pride to a lot of people. You gotta look at like to be accepted. You know what I'm saying? So I think it was dope. Like I said, I think it was dope. I love the show. I love the way, I'm not like I said, I'm not really a fan, but bro, he does give one of the best shows you're ever gonna see. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I did.
Obviously.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Yeah, I thought it was dope, man. But what did you think about Vlad saying that he was at a party and people weren't feeling it? Like nobody understands the
No, but I
words.
get that. I also get that too. Like, I also get that because you're also playing something that is unethical in a certain way, because this is the greatest. I don't know if it's the greatest, but it's one of the biggest sports in the U.S. And the
It's the
Super.
biggest sport.
Okay, so it's the biggest sport.
Yeah.
So the Super Bowl is it's kind of traditionally an all American sport. So for you to watch something and not be able to understand it, I do understand that point too. A lot of people. I forgot where we was at, and people would like turn that off, and they had all the screens. They had half the screens playing Kid Rock, and the other half of the screens were playing Bad Bunny. But it's just so weird how everything will how divided everybody is. It's kind of like, why you got that fucking shit on, or why, dude, at the end of the day, it's a sports event, you know what I'm saying? And I think it was it a strategic move? I think it was more of a numbers move, like I said. You know what I mean? But who would they have put? Let's be real. Who at that point was the any artist that was even on that level of competition
Kid
with?
Rock.
Get the fuck out of here, bro. When's the last time you even heard of a new Kid Rock song, bro?
Well, let me ask you this, okay? What do you think of Kid Rock becoming famous from hip hop and then his
And then switching
identity?
to rock, I think he knew he was gonna be a mediocre artist when it came to hip hop, and he found his lane, and I think he exploited his lane and made what he could. I think that was dope of him. Like, he started in one thing, he seen it wasn't going, he jumped into the next lane, and you know what I'm saying? So he found his lane. That's his lane. Okay, he came out with
But
his own.
the people that really knew him and grew up on him and stuff like that, they said that he was really hip hop back in the
He had
days.
a flat top. He used to break dance and all type of
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
I remember
But
when Kid Rock was coming out. But like I said, you gotta understand, in that era, that level of competition that was in hip hop, he knew he didn't have a shot in the dark, bro. He
I
knew
feel
he
like he
didn't.
was still pretty successful though.
In hip hop. Eh?
Yeah, he had the ball with the ball and all the other shit like that, that he had. Like, I mean, I guess maybe not the respect of like a
At that
lyricist.
point, listen, you're talking about he came out. All right, what year he came out? He came out like mid 90s, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Mid 90s. All right. So you're still competing on the length of gangster rap, NWA, all of them, Tupac. You're still come on, bro. Mob Deep, Nas, Jay-Z. Bro, he didn't have a shot in the dark, bro, because everybody was clowning. Even people used to clown Hammer. You know what I'm saying? And Hammer was one of the most popping artists at one point, and everybody was still clowning him. You know what I'm saying? Let's be honest, bro.
His first album actually came out in 1990. And then so
His first
yeah,
album that even came out?
yeah, but
Wow.
it's sold over 100,000 copies though. I mean, so it's pretty, pretty
That's
good.
kind of I didn't know that. I didn't know that. But like I
But
said,
I guess my point was though that like it's one thing if you like decide to experiment with your music and you go to a different genre. It just seemed that he completely changed his identity and turned his back on what got him famous to begin
well,
with.
not
And
really, because at the end of the day, all right, for instance, all right, has he criticized any other hip hop artist that's either has ever played in the halftime show?
Kendrick,
I don't know how. He can't even. I think Kendrick drunk and with headphones on will out rap him.
I guess what it is just like him becoming radicalized and
That's the
now
difference, that he became politically involved, and now he's letting his politics influence his artistry. So it's no longer a thing about hip hop or music at all. Now it's more of a political motivated. um
no, in a way it is about music because if you look at it, right? Hip hop has historically been for black people and Latinos, like people of color more have come from it, right?
okay.
And he had his
He had his
fame
shot.
come
He had his
from
shot.
it, and then he was cool with all those people. And it seemed like, okay, now that I'm famous and on, I'm going over to country and rock and turning my back. And not just that, but now my agenda for what I'm pushing is geared towards more of those people. And it's like, fuck y'all. It's a little different. It's like you could say like MGK, right? He came up through hip hop, then he went to punk rock, but he came back to hip hop still, and now he's rapping still, right? It's not like he completely abandoned the culture. What
Yeah,
Kid
but then
Rock
ag but
did looks like
but he also didn't get radically involved in politics.
right. But that's what I'm
You
saying
understand what I'm
though.
saying? Like, you gotta understand, people also with different levels of money, people change the way they look at different things, you understand what I'm saying? And some people outgrow certain things. Like, I'm pretty sure there's certain things you used to love to do as a kid that you've outgrown them, and now you can't even see yourself doing that. Like, my son was a fiend for fucking skateboarding. This kid used to sleep with a skateboard, try out. Yo, bro, this kid used to break boards. Like, bro, I went through so much money with boards with this kid. He was like strung out on fucking skateboarding, and he was going to all skate parks all over the state and out of state, going to skate parks just to skate. This guy would travel all over the place to skate. And then as time progressed, he just started growing out of it, growing out of it, growing out of it. And then he doesn't, you can't even, I don't even know the last time I've ever even seen a skateboard around him. So
But that's a hobby though, right? See, like when
it's
you
we're talking about
introduce
things you love to do. See,
but when you introduce the fact that money is involved and you use something to get on, then
but that's
that's
what I'm
where
saying.
it becomes like a whole the race part doesn't
Doesn't
help either.
help it.
Like
No,
if
it
Kid
doesn't help
Rock
it.
was black and he decided to go to a different genre or something like that, that would be different. It would be viewed
I
differently.
get
You
it.
know what I'm saying?
I get it. I get it. I'm just like, I mean, listen, to me, I felt it was corny. You know what I mean? I really feel it was corny. You know what I mean? But to each his own. They wanted a choice. I mean, the numbers, yeah, he still had a couple of million views on his thing, right?
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Kid Rock is talented because he could play multiple instruments and stuff. He has talent. It's
No,
not
no, he
about
definitely has
it's
talent.
yeah. It's
But
not about talent. It's about
there was
this
also
specific
there was
topic.
also a few artists that were supposed to play at his event and at the last minute canceled and didn't even perform at it, from what I heard. You know what I'm saying? So because I think it was he took something that was this is America, I want an American thing. I get it. But then he politically pushed it. And I think that's what kind of fucked him up with a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, that sport is not for politics, bro. That's supposed to be the sport that doesn't matter if you're a Republican, a Democrat, liberal, whatever. That's the sport that we all sit down and be like, we're all on the same playing field. And he took it somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I think it was just kind of corny. I think it's corny whoever even sponsored it. I think it was corny. And that they actually put it live was corny. You understand what I'm saying? It is
I
what it
think
is.
that the real problem is that it shows us where we're at in
It's still
America
racist. You
right now.
still see, bro. Like, you know what's funny? Like, for mad years, I don't believe that there was no racism. I believe that there's been racism all around. I just believe that it wasn't cool to express who you really were. I think a lot of people held their racism quietly in their little house. And in the last maybe like what 10 years or so, or 8 years, it's been like
After Obama.
so many people have come out of the fucking closet with
But you've never seen our country more divided than ever, right?
never,
Because do you
never,
remember this during Bush or
never,
you know
never. That's what I'm telling you. It's just so weird because it's so much extremity right now.
right?
Everybody's one way, everything's this way. And it's
If you're
like,
not this, then you're this.
right? And then you go and look at the world. Look at the world right now. All the everybody that had pacts and everybody that had different agreements is breaking apart. Everybody's just like is just bogged out the way everybody now they're showing their true colors of how they feel about the American people this or the Germans or the Italians, and it's like everybody, the Spaniards, and it's like everybody got so many different opinions on politics. Before it was very quiet, very everybody was very
But also the changing of the era because social media has given people a voice to say that your opinion
Yeah.
truly matters and that you need to share it with everybody.
And so much fake AI news and so much fake propaganda that you don't even know who's real unless you really go on CNN. And then do you trust CNN 100% or do you trust these news channels 100%? Because the crazy thing is, you'll be here and then I go on vacation or I go somewhere else and you watch the news when you get there and they're telling you a whole different story when you get over there. So it's like, who's hiding the truth of the people? Because it feels like it's just a giant brainwashing um cycle of people. It's like a giant washing machine. Everybody's just trying to program you to think this way. So it's like certain things you see on algorithms here in the States, you don't get that algorithm over there. So you got a whole different, once you get on over there, you get all this other crazy stuff going on here. It's just bogged out because it's the extremity of things. Like there's so much political uproaring and so much thing, but it's also too a lot of it has to do with all this immigration that's going on because you got so many different ideas and so many different religion and so much different things filtering into all these different countries because at the end of the day, in what in maybe like another 10 years, what country is actually you could turn around and be like, he's an American. You won't even be able to tell who's American, who's German, because there's so much intermixing with different cultures and countries and everything that is just is bugged out, bro. It's bugged out. I think the only ones that's probably gonna be still to a certain extent is like China, parts of the Middle East, Japan, that they are very strong on their culture and they hold very strong, even Russia. Because Russia's like either you follow our traditions and you follow this, or you get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? But every other country, they open their doors to everybody, and then you got such a melting pot of ideas and extreme and it's. I'm not talking about one person in general, one culture in general. I'm talking about in general. You got extremist religion, you got extreme politics. It's just fucking crazy, bro. The fucking
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I think so much of the problem is the internet because there's so much information now.
dude, it's
Like it's
80%.
overload. It's
It's like
overload
80%. 80% of society's destruction is the
in
internet.
social media and stuff. Like honestly, bro, like we were not meant to be able to see this much ass on a regular basis. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
There's
no, I'm serious. It's just too much. I had to tell my algorithm on threads, I'm like, dear algorithm, please only show me stuff to like improve myself and
stop
music
showing
and
me fat
news
booties.
and stuff. It's like, stop showing me, you know what I mean? Like, but they
Yo,
make it public too for that statement to be made. So I couldn't put, please stop showing me
no,
Instagram
and what's
hoes, you
crazy is
know?
if you notice now, they show nipples on IG now.
Of course, yeah.
I'm like, bro, so now there has to be a parental guideline on it because now it's getting to the point that, bro, these kids could go on Instagram and catch a Woody off.
Bro, but Meta is so bad. Or I guess not just Meta, but all these platforms when they want to enforce their community guidelines,
it's it's
right?
it's it's hypocrisy.
Yeah,
It's the
absolutely is.
because again, it goes back to the brainwashing. It's whoever's running it either sends memorandums or sends certain things. They enforce certain things. All right, you can't say the R word on YouTube because you might get flagged. You can't say this word. You can't say that word. But you're showing nudity, like
Right.
the hypocrisy. You know what I'm saying? The hypocrisy is crazy. You can't show this, but you'll show somebody's brains getting fucking splattered on the wall. Like you
Or if you
understand?
got money behind you, just like how they allowed like Lil Nas X to be dancing naked in prison on his video and all this
Yeah,
type of
that's what I'm
crap and
saying.
stuff, you know?
It's
It's
just
weird, bro.
that's what I'm telling you. It's like brainwashing. Again, we're going back. They taking everything and throwing it into the fucking into the washing machine. This is what we're putting out today. All right, pull it out. And that's the programming. They're trying to program everybody's brain to be. That's what I'm telling you. There's no morals anymore. There's no, at least before everybody knew where they stood. You had the conservatives over there, you had the Republicans over there, you had us ghettos over here in the urban community. You had this over here, so everybody kind of knew where everybody stood. Now you don't even know what's going on because it's so this shit is crazy, bro.
Bro,
It's
you know what
crazy.
what content I really do like though is like when they show like the early 2000s and stuff like that, and how you had just like the flip phone. It was simple. You had your CD player or whatever. Like these simple things,
I
right?
do. In the 2000s, you go to a club and have a good time. There's not even clubs no more, really. Like, where do you go? You either go to a strip club or where do you go now? Bro, you don't see nightclubs like the way you used to see them and party and people just having fun on block parties and you know what I'm saying? Yo, bro, I can remember when I was a kid, bro, like not a kid, but I was already like 16. I was driving. Bro, we would go up to you already knew where to go. You would go in Brooklyn, you would go down Knickerbocker, come back down Graham, then you go to Sunset Park, maybe go up Fifth Avenue, go to Manhattan, you go to 125th, you go to certain place, you go to the Bronx, you go up Third Avenue, come down to Grand Concourse, Fordham. So you had a route that you go all the way from Queens into Brooklyn, into Manhattan, up to the Bronx, and that was the route you would take on a Friday night, and you go through everything that was popping, everything that everybody was outside chilling, you rapping the girls, bro. You don't see that no more. You don't even see, bro. I don't even know how these dudes even get girls no more. Well, now it's easy. You just go and slide in their DMs and offer them $40, and I guess that's how it gets down now.
$40.
Prices went down, gas went up, prices went down.
No, but what I was saying though is like, you know, because of social media, now you see so much of comparison, right? Oh, like you just so that's the thief of joy, is always comparing your life and yourself to somebody else's, right? It's like you just not happy and not satisfied anymore.
With your
Like,
life.
right, exactly. It's like, oh, but they got a better car. Oh, but they eating this.
Pocket
Oh,
watching.
yeah.
Everybody's pocket watching. Everybody's watching the next man. It's jealousy. It's envy. It's all the deadly sins is coming true. You know what I'm saying? It's all like, bro, all of this was already written, bro. All this shit is coming. And I'm not really a religious person like that. But if you look at it's like the end of days, bro. Everything is like, yo, you worried more about I don't look at every time I see one of my friends or somebody close to me get a new car, a new house. I don't get jealous. Oh, I gotta get something. I gotta keep up. I congratulate. I'll be like, yo, bro, that's what's up. You doing your thing.
I get
And
inspired.
and I genuinely like tell them, yo, bro, I'm proud of you. You know what I'm saying? I don't turn around and sit there like, yo, bro, that nigga got a new car. Fuck that. I gotta get a new car. Oh, I gotta get this. Bro, these are people that's again, we go back to the same thing with Boosie and the whole thing. Oh, he's getting me paid this. Well, now I want this. Bro, you got to be content with what you have and be happy with certain things, bro. I'm grateful for every little thing I have in life, bro. I am grateful. I'm grateful for the way I make money, how I make money legally. I don't got to worry about nothing. I'm grateful I ain't got to worry about nobody knocking on my door, putting cuffs on me. I am grateful for the way I live my life. You understand what I'm saying? So, you gotta be appreciative in this life, bro. And a lot of people don't know how to appreciate what they have until it's gone. You know what I'm saying? They don't know how to appreciate a good man, a good woman. You know what I'm saying? Pause on that one. I'm just making a point. But they really don't know how to appreciate what they have until they lose it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely,
And
man.
that's what's going on right now. And I'm pretty sure that Ariel Spears is regretting his whole thing because he ain't getting that check every month.
Did you just call him Ariel Spears?
No. I didn't even. You're an asshole. You're an asshole.
I've been called worse. It's all right. All right. So